The Senate will come to order. I ask everyone present to please rise and recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Imam Ahmad Karkur from the Masjid Al-Salam Mosque in Albany, New York, will deliver today's invocation.
Assalamu alaikum. MashaAllah, peace be upon you all. How are you all doing today? It's my pleasure to be with you today, and I have great honor to be with you today. Just let me recite some verses from our holy book, that's Quran. That's أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الناس اعبدوا ربكم الذي خلقكم والذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون يا أيها الذين آمنوا كتب عليكم الصيام كما كتب على الذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون. These are two verses from the Quran. The first verse says, all mankind worship your God that who created you and created all people before you in order to be aware, to be aware of the God's righteous. The second verse, all believers, that Siyam is obligatory for you to purify yourselves, to be those who are aware. So the main significance of these two verses, the first verse, God addressed the whole mankind, that all we are created from one thing. Just like in another verse, Allah the Almighty subhanahu wa ta'ala said, يا أيها الناس إنا خلقناكم من ذكر وأنثى وجعلناكم شعوبا وقبائل لتعارفوا إن أكرمكم عند الله أتقاكم إن الله عليم خبير. This verse God says, all mankind, I have created you from male and females, and I make you different people and different tribes to know one another. This is the main message of Quran, that to have peace to the whole mankind. That's the meaning of Islam. It means peace. Islam means peace. So our Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, من لم يدع قول الزور والعمل به فليس لله حاجة أن يدع طعامه وشرابه. The one who thinks that fasting is stopping only drinking and eating, Allah, that's the God, doesn't need him to punish himself to leave food or drink if he doesn't purify his heart. So if the one purifies his heart and purifies himself and make his heart clean, to love all, to live peacefully with all different kinds of people, that's the one that God wants him to do. So our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, taught the whole humanity that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave him a message as a clear verse in Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. I haven't sent you, O Muhammad, except as a mercy for the whole mankind. He didn't make specific for specific people, but for the whole mankind is a mercy. So the most merciful, that's from Allah's names, from God's names, is the most merciful. You know, believing in God, that He is the most merciful, to live peacefully with one another. Thank you so much. I have a great honor and great pleasure to be with you today. Thank you so much, and Assalamu alaikum.
Reading of the journal.
In Senate, Wednesday, April 19, 2023, the Senate met pursuant to adjournment. The journal of Tuesday, April 18, 2023 was read and approved. On motion, the Senate adjourned.
Without objection, the journal stands approved as read. Presentation of petitions, messages from the Assembly, messages from the Governor, reports of standing committees, reports of select committees, communications, reports from state offices, motions and resolutions. Senator Gianaris.
Good morning, Mr. President. We're going to begin with previously adopted Resolution 650 by Senator Thomas. Read its title and recognize Senator Thomas.
Secretary Reed.
Senate Resolution 650 by Senator Thomas, observing and celebrating March 22nd through April 21st, 2023 as Ramadan, the month of fasting for the Muslim community in the state of New York.
Senator Thomas on the resolution.
Thank you, Mr. President, and Ramadan Mubarak to everyone. Thank you to Imam Ahmed Karkour from Masjid Al-Salam Mosque here in Albany for gracing this chamber with the opening prayer. As you all know, we haven't passed a budget yet, so all the help we can get, so thank you. Today is the last day of Ramadan for millions of Muslims around the world. This month has been an opportunity to focus on spiritual growth, forgiveness, patience, compassion, and unity across communities. It is with great pride and honor that I stand here to speak on this resolution. Ramadan is the month in which Muslims believe the Holy Quran was revealed to the Prophet Muhammad, beginning with the simple word Iqra, which means read. During the entire month of Ramadan, Muslims are obligated to fast every day from dawn to sunset. Fasting is a way to bring people closer to God. Here in New York, we are blessed with Muslim communities as diverse as our nation itself. And what is unique about this community during Ramadan is that at the same time, every night, they break their fast together. There is a special significance this year as the three Abrahamic faiths all celebrate high holy days in the same month. In fact, this happens only once every 33 years. My best friend, who's Muslim, told me this. Passover, the end of Lent, and Easter, and now the end of Ramadan, with Eid following tomorrow. The Quran, the Bible, and the Torah all call on believers to love one's neighbor and to welcome strangers. The Quran tells us that we are all people of the book and that we share a common humanity and dignity. No matter our religious beliefs, we are tasked with advancing justice, progress, tolerance, and the dignity for all human beings, like all of us do in this chamber. The Hebrew Torah tells us never to turn aside the stranger, for it is like turning aside God. And the Christian Bible says the people should love their neighbor as themselves. The Quran also teaches that we should do unto others as we wish to have done to us and reject for others what we would reject for ourselves. I am reminded with all of this that we are all one American family. As the appearance of the new moon begins and brings a close to the holy month, I want to recognize this beautiful and diverse Muslim community from all over New York State as they celebrate Eid al-Fitr. The festival of Eid al-Fitr brings Muslims together once again to celebrate the end of the month-long fasting. And now from my Senate family to yours, I hope this Eid brings everyone who's celebrating joy, health, and prosperity. Eid Mubarak, everyone.
Thank you, Senator Thomas. Senator Chu on the resolution.
Thank you, Mr. President. It is my great honor to be able to speak here and support this resolution. And I would like to take this moment to thank my colleague, Senator Thomas, for introducing this resolution. Ramadan commemorates the holiest month in the Islamic calendar. Muslims around the world are fasting from sunrise to sunset for 30 full days, practicing and strengthening their faith and core value. For Muslims around the world, Ramadan is a time of spiritual renewal, a time to reaffirm duty to serve one another, especially the least fortunate among us. I'm very proud to represent a large population of Muslim communities throughout Bay Ridge, Kensington, Bensonhurst, and Bath Beach in southern Brooklyn. These vibrant communities come from many different countries and speak many diverse languages and dialects. It truly shows the beautiful diversity that makes New York so special. As today, Thursday, April 20th, marks the last day of Ramadan, and the Muslim community will be celebrating Eid al-Fitr tomorrow. Many in the Muslim community have dedicated much of this month to giving back through food drives and community events. I have great partners on the ground, passionate community organizations and groups that do so much for those in my district and to serve the community altogether. And tomorrow, for Eid, communities will gather for morning prayer, sharing meals, visiting family members and loved ones, and practicing their traditions. I wish the Muslim community in Southern Brooklyn, in your state, and all over the world, Ramadan Kareem and Eid Mubarak. May your fast, good deeds, and prayer be accepted. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Chu. Senator Fernandez on the resolution.
Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you to our sponsor for introducing this bill. I wanted to take a quick moment as well to celebrate with all of New York State, and especially the 34th Senate District that has a beautiful, large population of those practicing in this last month of Ramadan. As my colleague said, our communities are so beautifully diverse, and joining them this last month, breaking fast, and really reflecting on what is to be for the next year and the next holiday has been a true pleasure and honor and a beautiful thing. So Ramadan Mubarak, happy Eid, and thank you so much for bringing this to the floor.
Thank you, Senator Fernandez. Senator Ramos on the resolution.
Thank you, Mr. President. You know, having grown up in my district among the most diverse of populations in the entire country, I have to say that having been exposed to all sorts of different religions has been a blessing in my life. And growing up, having Muslim friends, I've been able to see the beauty of Islam throughout the last almost 38 years of my life. And this particular resolution is one that I'm thankful for. Thank you, Senator Thomas, for bringing it to the floor, because it does allow us to fight Islamophobia, to lift up the lives of our Muslim neighbors so that everyone can know the beauty of a religion that does truly bring peace to not only their community, but ours as a whole. And, you know, as I've been hosting my own iftar and celebrating iftars with different sections of my district, I've been traveling and asking my Muslim neighbors to make very special dua for us, to make dua for the governor, to make dua for a budget that does truly impact the lives of New Yorkers in the best possible way. I'm hoping that we raise the wage. I'm hoping that we continue to fully fund our public schools and hospitals and so much more that our society truly needs for us to do. So thank you, Mr. President, and I will be voting in favor of this resolution.
Thank you, Senator Ramos. Senator Stavisky on the resolution.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you to Senator Thomas for bringing this resolution to the floor. My new Senate district contains a large Muslim community, and I'm proud to represent them. I have been to quite a few iftars during the past month, and the Eid celebration, I believe, is Friday. And I think it's important that we celebrate not only the existence of Ramadan, but the way the communities come together, that we speak with one voice. As the resolution described, we have so much in common. And that is what's important, not what divides us, but what brings us together. So I wish all my Muslim friends a very peaceful New Year, and Mubarak Ramadan. Or maybe I had the other one. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Stavisky. Senator Clear on the resolution.
I want to thank my colleague, Senator Thomas, for this important resolution. I represent Harlem, most people know, which has a rich Muslim history to it, and I'll be joining them because, you know, Islam has contributed so much to our civil rights and to the Islamic community has contributed so much to our civil rights, to our fights for social justice. It goes beyond the faith. And I'll be joining them tomorrow because they are going to actually come out and feed the community. I look forward to it every year, where they embrace the entire community and remind us all to reflect and remind us all that we are brothers and sisters together, trying to keep our communities together. So I'm really thankful for this resolution. I'm going to lift them up. I'll be with Masjid Malcolm Shabazz tomorrow, and y'all can all come if you want. But they're very close to me in the work that I do, and I appreciate you lifting them up today. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Clear. Senator Cantaneri Fitzpatrick on the resolution.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you to the sponsor today for this resolution. One of the beauties of being a new senator is learning about the other cultures and religions that reside within my district. I happen to have a very large Muslim population, and I was honored to be part of their initial ceremony at the start of Ramadan. I admire their devotion and the people that fast during this time, and I absolutely think the beautiful sentiment of do unto others as we would want done to us is a beautiful message for all of us, and what a better world it would be if we could all stick to that. So thank you very much for the resolution.
Thank you, Senator Cantaneri Fitzpatrick. The resolution was previously adopted on April 10th. Senator Gineris.
Mr. President, Senator Thomas would like to open that resolution for co-sponsorship.
The resolution is open for co-sponsorship. Should you choose not to be a co-sponsor, please notify the desk. Senator Gineris.
There will be an immediate meeting of the Rules Committee in room 332.
There will be an immediate meeting of the Rules Committee in room 332.
Senate will stand at ease.
Senate will stand at ease. The Senate will return to order. Senator Gineris.
Mr. President, there's a report of the Rules Committee at the desk. Can we take that up, please?
Secretary Reed.
Senator Stewart-Cousins from the Committee on Rules reports the following bill. Senate Print 6440 by Senator Kruger, an act making appropriation for the support of government. Bill reports direct to third reading.
Move to accept the report of the Rules Committee.
All those in favor of accepting the report of the Rules Committee, please signify by saying aye. Opposed, nay. The report of the Rules Committee is accepted. Senator Gineris.
Please take up the supplemental calendar.
Secretary Reed.
Calendar number 625, Senate Print 6440 by Senator Kruger, an act making appropriation for the support of government.
Necessity and appropriation at the desk.
There is a message of necessity and appropriation at the desk.
Move to accept the message.
All those in favor of accepting the message, please signify by saying aye. Opposed, nay. The message is accepted and the bill is before the House. Senator Borrello.
Laid aside.
Excuse me. The bill is laid aside. Senator Gineris.
Please go to the controversial calendar.
Secretary, ring the bell. Secretary Reed.
Calendar number 625, Senate Print 6440 by Senator Kruger, an act making an appropriation for the support of government.
Senator Borrello, why do you rise?
Mr. President, will the sponsor yield for a question?
Will the sponsor yield?
I'll respond to one question, yes.
The sponsor will respond to one question.
Mr. President, through you, has the sponsor seen the movie Groundhog's Day?
Clearly.
Well, could you repeat the question?
Has the sponsor seen the movie Groundhog's Day?
I believe I answered that after the last extender. Yes, I enjoy the movie Groundhog Day.
Enjoys the movie.
Mr. President, this would have been much funnier if Senator Mayer was up there and I was wearing the same tie as Monday. But that notwithstanding, will the sponsor yield for another question?
Will the Senator yield?
Okay.
The Senator begrudgingly yields.
Through you, Mr. President. So could you please tell us what the value of this extender is?
I know I'm having a little trouble hearing what of the extender?
Is this thing on? What is the value of this extender?
Oh, well, I think the big picture value is ensures workers continue to get paid, but the actual dollar amount of the extender is $3.6 billion in appropriation authority from now until next Monday.
Mr. President, will the sponsor continue to yield?
Will the sponsor yield?
Yes.
The sponsor yields.
Thank you. So is this a straight extender, or is there any policy contained in this?
I don't really believe there's any policy changes here. There is an increase primarily because there was money due for SED purposes, State Education Department.
Mr. President, will the sponsor continue to yield?
Will the sponsor yield?
Yes.
The sponsor yields.
Okay, so you mentioned the SED. Thank you very much. That probably explains the $3.6 billion price tag. So this extender gets us through just till Monday, the 24th. Do we expect to see some budget bills introduced, maybe perhaps tomorrow, so we can have the proper aging so we can vote on them next week?
Love that. Sincerely, I think we're all getting tired of this. Unfortunately, none of us in this room seem to control that. So I can say continuously I live in hope of that storyline, but I sincerely don't know. What I do know is this extender will get us through Monday at noon, so that Monday morning, unless there are budget bills that could be possibly passed by Monday at noon, which I don't believe is possible, we'll be doing another Groundhog Day scene with you and I on next Monday.
Mr. President, the sponsor continue to yield.
Will the sponsor yield?
Yes.
The sponsor yields.
Well, as much as I love the movie, I don't wish to have a sequel made here on the floor of the Senate, but thank you. But, you know, with the current status of this, we've all seen this in the paper and so forth, wouldn't it just be more realistic to have an extender that reflects the current status of the negotiations, or perhaps lack of negotiations, rather than these 4-day extenders? I mean, we're really keeping you know, the thousands and thousands of employees and others on the edge of their seat because of these short-term extenders.
So I would urge my colleagues to point that out to the only person in the state who controls that, the governor. And I do feel that negotiations continue, Mr. President, so I don't know that it's a correct statement to say that there is not negotiating progress moving forward, but we are not at budget bills yet. So the recommendation of a longer extension can certainly be made by my colleagues across the aisle directly to the governor's office. We here in the Senate, neither the majority or the minority, have any control whatsoever about the timelines of extenders, the uses of the extender money, or the amounts. That is exclusively the domain of the floor below us, the second floor.
Mr. President, the sponsor continue to yield.
Will the sponsor continue to yield?
Sure.
The sponsor yields.
Thank you again. Through you, Mr. President. So absent any budget bills on Monday, has the comptroller indicated you know, what day and time we will need to pass another extender to ensure that the employees get paid?
I don't know whether he's made any public statement, but we checked. And yes, we need to pass an extender by noon on Monday. So frankly, all of us here, we're used to starting sessions a little later on Monday because it's the day you come to town. I recommend starting from home early that day.
Mr. President, will the sponsor continue to yield?
Will the sponsor continue to yield?
Yes.
The sponsor yields.
Senator, you've been here a lot longer than I have, so can you recall when the last time the budget was this late?
We're thinking 2010, but I'm not sure. Maybe you actually know. I've been here 20 years, so I've been here as late as August for budgets.
Thank you, Mr. President. Will the sponsor yield for one last question?
Will the sponsor yield?
Yes.
The sponsor yields.
You know, I just want to go back to the extender. Couldn't this House, both houses, just negotiate an extender? I mean, we have that power. We have the power of the purse. It would certainly be up to the governor then to veto it if she wished.
I believe our counsel's office has said that we do not have the power to write or pass an extender bill. That is exclusively the power of the governor.
Mr. President, on the bill.
Senator Borrello on the bill.
Senator Krueger, thank you again. And none of us, I think, relish being here, and I think we all agree that we wish this wasn't happening, but yet here we are. You know, it's to look at this, $3.6 billion is what this extender amounts to, and that's just to get us through the weekend. It's $1 billion a day. Now, I realize most of that has to do with education funding, but imagine being you know, those schools that have to rely on this. They have to rely on us standing here and continue to extend this budget. This is now the 4th extender that we have done. You know, people in general distrust government. They distrust this process because they're not part of it, and quite frankly, very few people are. Even those of us that are elected to represent millions of people are still not part of this process. But really what it all comes down to is the fact that there should be no policy in this budget. I spent 10 years in county government. In county government, a budget is about the numbers. It's about projections. It's about what's needed to provide the services to the people that you represent. Instead, we use this as an opportunity to bury controversial topics into a bill that's supposed to be about funding. Funding for some very critical things that people are hanging on the edge of their seat to know when the next time they're going to get the money that they so desperately need. We need to stop this, reform this. This should not be a partisan issue. We should take policy out of the budget process. That way, we don't have to continue this Groundhog's Day game. Thank you, Mr. President.
Are there any other senators wishing to be heard? Seeing and hearing none, debate is closed. Secretary, ring the bell. Read the last section.
Section 16 is action to take effect immediately.
Call the roll.
Addabbo, Gianaris, Kruger, Stewart Cousins, White.
Announce the results.
Ayes 57.
The bill is passed. Senator Gianaris, that completes the reading of the controversial calendar.
Thank you, Mr. President. On behalf of Majority Leader Stewart Cousins and in consultation with Senator Orta, I hand up the following committee assignments of the Minority Conference and ask that it be filed in the Journal.
The hand-up is received and shall be filed in the Journal. Senator Gianaris.
Is there any further business at the desk?
There is no further business at the desk.
I move to adjourn until Monday, April 24th at 11 a.m., intervening days being legislative days.
On motion, the Senate stands adjourned until Monday, April 24th at 11 a.m., intervening days being legislative.